Shedeur Sanders just broke his silence, and honestly, it's about time. 4 months, this rookie quarterback sat back and took hit after hit from Cleveland media members who questioned everything, doubted his readiness, and turned his name into a headline factory for all the wrong reasons. But now he's pushing back, and he's doing it with the kind of calm, controlled precision that makes you realize this kid has been paying attention to everything the whole time. Let's be real for a second. This wasn't some emotional meltdown or social media rant. This was a young quarterback who stayed professional, absorbed the noise, and finally decided to set the record straight. And when he spoke up, he didn't yell, didn't beg for apologies, didn't play the victim. He just made it crystal clear that he saw what was happening. He knows exactly who was behind it, and he's not the one who needs to lose sleep over it. That's a different kind of response. That's maturity most veterans never reach. Think about what Shedeur went through during his rookie season. Every single negative storyline somehow circled back to him. Every debate segment, every manufactured controversy, every clickbait headline found a way to drag his name into it. And the wildest part, most of it happened while he wasn't even playing yet. He's a rookie learning a system, dealing with a development timeline, managing injuries, and somehow the media turned that into a referendum on his character and commitment. That's insane when you really think about it. Remember when Rex Ryan went on live TV and absolutely unloaded on Shedeur? Yeah, nobody forgot that moment. A veteran media voice publicly tearing down a young quarterback on national television, yelling about how he wasn't doing enough to force his way onto the field. As if a rookie controls roster decisions. As if wanting to be ready instead of rushing in unprepared is some kind of character flaw. That wasn't analysis, that was frustration dressed up as commentary, and it was loud, aggressive, and completely unfair. And then there was the soreness situation. Shedeur mentioned his throwing arm was a little sore, which is completely normal for any quarterback, especially one coming back from injury and managing limited reps. The response should have been simple understanding. Instead, Tony Grossi turned it into a spectacle. He mocked it, questioned Shedeur's toughness, and framed it like soreness meant weakness. That kind of commentary doesn't just disappear. It creates doubt, adds pressure, and feeds a negative narrative around a player who's already carrying a spotlight that never turns off. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Mary Kay Cabot, the lead Cleveland Browns writer, had plenty to say too. She labeled Shedeur as undisciplined and narcissistic, using every small detail she could find to support that image. A speeding ticket became evidence of poor character. Minor moments became major storylines. And then she pushed the Dillon Gabriel comparison hard, article after article, questioning whether the Browns made a mistake, wondering if Dillon should be getting more opportunities, subtly planting seeds of doubt about why Shedeur was receiving so much attention. That wasn't competition talk. That was narrative building. It wasn't fair to either quarterback. It put unnecessary pressure on one and unrealistic expectations on the other. But then reality showed up. Dillon Gabriel didn't live up to the hype that was created for him. The gap between the two became obvious and undeniable. And suddenly, the tone shifted completely. Now Shedeur Sanders was a baller, a great thrower, a natural leader. Praise started flowing where criticism once lived. The same player she questioned relentlessly was now being celebrated. That flip happened fast, and it came without any acknowledgement of the weeks of negativity she helped amplify. Tony Grossi did the same thing. The very same voice who questioned Shedeur's toughness and preparation suddenly started saying Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel and should be the starting quarterback. No long explanation, no accountability, just a clean pivot and a brand new opinion. That's how quickly media narratives change when reality refuses to cooperate. And this is the part that frustrates fans the most. These personalities help create doubt, amplify criticism, place unnecessary pressure on young players, and then move on like nothing ever happened when they're proven wrong. Shedeur Sanders saw all of it happen in real time. He watched opinions flip, narratives collapse, and confidence suddenly appear in the same voices that once questioned him. And here's what separates him from a lot of young players. He didn't internalize it. He didn't chase approval. He didn't build his identity around headlines or TV segments. He understood early on that a large portion of these media personalities weren't chasing truth or balance. They were chasing clicks, views, and reactions. And once he realized that, their words lost power. That awareness is rare. Many players struggle with this early in their careers. They read everything, internalized every critique, chased validation instead of growth. Shedeur avoided that trap completely. While the media argued over storylines, he was studying film, learning the playbook, improving his mechanics, and preparing for the moment he knew would come. And when that opportunity finally arrived late in the season, he didn't look rattled. He didn't play scared. He looked prepared, confident, and in control. That's what happens when preparation beats pressure. What makes this moment even more impressive is how Shedeur handled it publicly. He didn't explode. He didn't lash out. He didn't disrespect anyone. He called out the lies and negativity calmly, directly, and with maturity beyond his years. He made it clear that these so-called journalists only push negative narratives because controversy pays their bills. Think about that for a second. A rookie quarterback grinding every day while people build careers off stirring doubt and keeping his name in negative cycles for clicks and attention. That's the reality of the modern sports media environment. Shedeur's message wasn't chaos. It was controlled and sharp, which made a hit even harder. He didn't threaten anyone or beg for apologies. He just made it clear that those media personalities know exactly what they did, and whatever comes from that is between them and their own conscience. That level of composure sends a message. It tells teammates, coaches, and fans that this is a quarterback who understands pressure and refuses to be controlled by it. That's leadership. That's growth. Now fast forward and look at where things stand. The same Cleveland media voices that spent months tearing him down are suddenly silent or scrambling to reframe their opinions. The narratives they pushed didn't hold up under real football results. Their credibility took a hit, and their takes collapsed under the weight of reality. Those storylines aged fast. The doubt didn't last. The criticism didn't stick. And now many of those hot takes look outdated and careless. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders continues to rise. Calm, focused, unbothered. He didn't chase approval. He didn't demand validation. He let his preparation and performance speak for him. That's the loudest response any player can give. And what's powerful about this entire situation is that it shines a light on how brutal the sports media environment can be, especially for young quarterbacks. One week you're doubted, the next week you're praised. One mistake becomes a headline while progress gets ignored. That roller coaster never stops. That's why Shedeur's approach matters so much. He built his confidence on work, not words. He stayed grounded when criticism was loud and stayed humble when praise finally arrived. That kind of emotional control is rare and valuable. Physical talent will get you noticed, but mental resilience keeps you standing when the noise gets loud. Shedeur showed that self-belief isn't arrogance, it's survival in a league that constantly tests confidence. The biggest lesson here isn't about who starts or who was wrong. It's about how unstable the sports media landscape can be. Opinions change fast. Narratives collapse overnight. Yesterday's criticism becomes today's praise without warning. That's why building your identity around headlines is dangerous. If you let those voices guide your confidence, your mindset, or your self-belief, things can fall apart fast. Shedeur understood that early, and it saved him from being pulled into emotional swings. So here's the question. Was Shedeur Sanders right to call out the media? Or should players always stay silent and let things play out? Where's the balance between professionalism and self-respect? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation matters. It goes beyond one player. It speaks to how narratives are built, how young athletes are treated, and how quickly opinions can change in this business. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It helps Brown's Breakout grow and lets us know you want more real discussions like this. Subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you never miss our latest content. We've got more deep dives, more honest takes, and more real football conversations coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.